Hey, good day, guys. So far so good. Easy in the markets. If you like the videos and all, feel free to give me a shout out on Twitter or StockTwits. Do like my video on YouTube and give me a like. All right. So let's start with see what's going on today. Right. Overall, I traded three names: SIMO, SRPT, and ZLTQ. Uh, so one major winner was only in ZLTQ. Overall, a profit of about $81. Not too shabby. Um, but overall, the markets are a bit dicey, right? I mean, you can look at the Dow, the Qs, and the Spatters. Uh, Pretty much same picture in all three, with a small flush in the morning and then getting bought up, and now we're doing a round trip. So overall, markets are a bit tricky to trade right now. I think because the market is high up. Let me see. So S&P 500. So markets are up right here, right? I mean, it's gonna get a bit tricky before we see some resolution back to the upside. So I'm trading pretty carefully, not taking a lot of risk. I mean, as I've mentioned in previous videos, maximum risk I'm gonna take is $100. Chances that I won't even lose $100. I'll try to take $60, $70, and in today's situation, $13. Go figure. Bunch of missed opportunities today, but let's review and see what's going on. Um, First trade I traded was ZLTQ. ZLTQ. Okay, so let's look at the structure of the chart first. I mean, overall, the trend is higher. However, we do see that every now and then it does have a tendency to break down. And today was the day for it to breaking down again. What is this called? Zeltic Aesthetics, healthcare name. Right? I'm not sure what they do, but it doesn't really matter. Um, so my thought process was to go short. The reason being is after this big up move, you had a wave, right? You have this pattern. Now everybody who was sitting over here and buying over $42, right? People bought over $40 over here, then people bought $40 over here. They bought it again. Even less. Yesterday, it looks like somebody else buying $40, right? Now once it gaps down, people are gonna get shocked. So the chances of taking a short trade is pretty high, and for it, the probability of a short trade to work is pretty high as well. So let's look at the 15-minute chart. Um, so there was a big flush move from 42 bucks all the way to $40 something, and we have this reversal candle, right? And my entry was below the lows of this when I got entered around 40. I believe I got about 40.10. So I got 40.10. And once I saw this flushing lower to 39.76 and so on, I took most of the positions out. One good thing I did with this trade was I got on 40.10, took profits 39.76, 39.68. The last 100 shares got out 40, right? Could have done a bit better by letting the last 100 shares to ride, but I didn't really want it to come back too much. So I'll still give myself a good trade on it. Now, the other pattern I could have traded was after this steep down move, a flag and this quick flush from 39.80 to $39, right? Because this could have been a next 80 cent move. So something to learn on ZLTQ. The other trade I was watching was SIMO, SIMO. Now I've always talked about trading. When you're trading, there's something called as mental stamina. The longer you are in a trade, especially if you're day trading, is going to drain you out, right? So that's why getting a good entry is extremely important in day trading. Um, I'll show you why. Now, SIMO had a big flush down in the morning, right? So this is the overall structure of the stock. I mean, overall the stock is bearish. I mean, you don't need to be a genius to know on this. Uh, so one key level I was looking was this 4160 level. Right, sorry, the 4260, 4270 region. Which seems like every time it gets down lower here, it gets bought up, right? It gets 40 to 70 quickly gets bought up. Now today it actually went flush right through it. Now looking at the 5-minute chart, right? My thought process was after a steep move from 44 to 41, a $3 drop down, once it comes back again to the 42.50, 42.60 region, we might actually get a flush lower. That was my thought process. But here is what happened. I got involved in the name somewhere around 10:45, 10:45 and 10:50. So I got two trades on there. So let me show you the times on here, make things a bit easier. So 10:45 and 10:50. So I tried to preempt the trade, right? Which is the reason why when I got involved in the trade, I had to sit through all this time, right? So these are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So almost 10 candles. So it's 5 minutes each, so it's almost 1 hour. I was just sitting there and watching the paint dry. So it kind of drains out your mental capital, right? So once it dropped, I didn't really take any profits in it. I stepped out. Once it came back, I'm like, you know what? After this whole 1 hour, 1.5 hour, if the trade is not working, chances are it might not work. So that's why I actually got out of the trade um, at 42.48, right? So my average is about between the two trades is about 42.54. I got at 42.48, and voila. Just after I got out, after a few more minutes, it actually got flushed to 41.50. Now, one thing that I could have done is tweaked my entry a bit, which is actually let some kind of reversal candle to set up for me to get in. And this looks pretty good, right? People who got try to buy this breakout actually got smoked out and actually start coming. This one is I think is a um, fake pop. It's not it's not. I don't think it's a real print over here. So if I would have got involved in the stock over here, somewhere around 40, somewhere at 11:20, then if I stayed around for an hour, I wouldn't have been drained out that much. Because I've got in the trade before, I tried to preempt the trade and had to sit through almost an hour and a half with nothing happening. That's why I had to stop it out. If I would have started somewhere around 11:20, a better entry. If I sat around for an hour and a half, I would actually got the result that I wanted for, right? A move to 42.60, the 42.70 region, and then a flush through 41.50. So overall, it was a low risk trade, but I didn't really manage the trade properly. Something to learn on. And by then I was up about $94, right? Overall, with CMO trade with 300 shares, at one point in time I was up over $100 on the trade. SRPT. Now I'm not sure what happened over here, but there was some news which came out. It came through. The first pull was a good pull to trade, $36. Made the move 39, so $3 move. I wasn't involved in this trade. The reason being is I was stuck in this CMO trade. Trading a small account, I don't really have a lot of leverage to move things around. Because I was in the CMO trade, couldn't trade this one. So I was thinking of, you know what, if this stock is really going to trend for the day, chances are it might actually, once it breaks through this $40 level, it might start trending again, right? I mean, let me show you the 15-minute chart of what I was looking at. So 15-minute chart. Now, one key thing again, the third green candle. If you try to buy the breakout on the third green candle, sometimes it works, most of the time it wouldn't. And this time, as you see, it didn't really work, right? I got in at 39.86, 39.85. It popped up to $39, and then it quickly reversed back down, right? Um, so one thing I could have seen was let it actually go through 39s, a retest for a move to 40. So trying to buy the third candle on the breakout level is usually pretty risky. So overall, that's it for the day, guys. Three names: CLTQ, SRPT, CMO. $81, not too much to boost about, but you know what? Trading a $4,000 account, trying to build it up slowly but surely, not taking a lot of risk, is helping me not to blow up. Right? The big downside of having a small account is the biggest risk is to actually blow up. So if you're able to avoid the blow up, if you try to build up slowly, chances are you might actually do really well. If you like the videos, guys, feel free to subscribe to my channel. It's gonna motivate me to do more. Subscribe to my channel, give a like. It's gonna motivate me to do a lot more for you guys. Hope you guys are learning. That's the motivation out here. Have a good day.